Oh, we've got a crowd in here this half hour. It's our Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University segment. I'm Mark Strauss, the TV guy on the radio. Welcome on this Monday back to the midday show. Hope you have a good week. Hope you had a good holiday weekend for those who celebrate. And we're excited to bring you another day of programming here on WJBC. I'm Mark Strauss, and of course I'm here till 3 o'clock, and then Scott Miller shows up at 3. He'll take you all the way up until Cardinal baseball at 5:50 tonight as the Cardinals open a big series at Busch Stadium against the Milwaukee Brewers, and you'll hear it here on WJBC. All right, let's get down to business. In the studio with me are Chase Bandelek, Emma Schoth, and Shelby Moore. Now, Chase and Emma are two business owners. They're college students and business owners. Chase, you might remember his name, played for the Illinois Wesleyan football team, both defensive back and linebacker this year on the conference championship team. Emma is a freshman at ISU. They've both started up their own businesses with the help of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. Shelby Moore we'll get to in just a moment. She's an intern and fellow, but that really doesn't even start to describe what she's done. She is the person who created the McLean County Business Portal. This is something businesses in this area have been wanting for a long time, and she, a student, was the one who created it. So we'll get started with Chase and Emma. Welcome to WJBC.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, go ahead and get up close to that microphone for me so we can hear what you've got to say. Chase, you started a fitness business, right? And you also won second place in some sort of contest at school. Why don't you explain to me what your business is all about, how you came up with the idea to start it, and what the Small Business Development Center did to help facilitate your startup?
Yeah, sure thing. So my business originally started 3 years ago. I got certified in personal training. And at that same time, I was looking for places to work during the summer because I would come back to school, and no one wanted to hire me for such a short period of time. So I decided to take all the money that I had from other jobs, and I spent it and bought a bunch of gym equipment, and I turned my porch into a gym, and that's when I originally started training people, and I realized it's something I was really passionate about and something that I love doing. And then coming back to school, that season ended, which was my sophomore year. And one of the linemen came up to me after, and he knew I was a personal trainer, and he asked if I could help him out with some nutrition stuff and write him some workouts just because he was so used to trying to keep weight on for football. So I worked with him, and over 2 months he ended up losing 70 pounds through working together. And I would just send him workouts once a week, nutrition stuff. I'd oversee his diet once a week, just everything he was doing. And then I would also FaceTime him or Skype him once a week, and we just check in and make adjustments where we needed to do it. And I did this for over 50 people over the past 3 years, just kind of for fun, just writing people workouts and doing stuff like that. I noticed a bunch of people were getting results from it, and just everything kind of clicked at the right time where like this award came up where I could pursue this full time. So then I applied for the Entrepreneur Fellowship, and I ended up getting $2,000 for it. So now I've been able to use that money to now create a website where I could do the one-on-one like I've been doing, but actually now start charging, as well as a full membership portion of the website, which will have programming as well as tons of nutrition stuff and an exercise library of over 400 videos and just tons and tons of content, which will be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about. And then also I've been doing in-person training as well, so strength conditioning for some of the teams at Wesleyan, and then just try and train anyone and everyone I can. So that's kind of some background on it.
So you started the business because nobody would hire you.
Yeah.
And that's not an unusual story.
Sure.
That's how a lot of new businesses, small businesses start out. They either can't find someone to hire them or they can't really make a living at it.
Yeah.
So they start their own business because as an employee you don't get paid very much. So you go to the Small Business Development Center, which is for you very convenient because it's right on campus.
Sure.
And what kind of help were they?
Well, Caitlin and Karen both helped tremendously just with getting my business off the ground, because there's a lot that I didn't really have a clue about.
What was the biggest thing they helped you with?
There was a lot, just setting everything up. So they helped me with my marketing plan, my my business plan, as well as applying to be a business with the state, so getting my EIN number. So now I'm LLC because of it. Just getting stuff set up with QuickBooks, accounting, and then just as well as giving some good advice towards payment options for online. So just kind of a lot of the back end work, which has really helped me to now set myself up where everything will be smooth sailing in this next coming weeks when I launch.
And what's the name of your business?
Chase Bandelic Training.
Chase Bandelic Training.
Yes.
All right. Can we find this online?
Sure. You could find it at chasebandelictraining.com. Currently, my website's up, and you could subscribe to the newsletter, which you get a weekly tip once a week. But in a couple weeks here, I'll have everything set up for the membership and the one-on-one where we'll be launching. And then social media, Instagram at Chase Bandelic Training, Facebook, Chase Bandelic Training, YouTube, Chase Bandelic Training, and then Twitter at Chase B Training. Okay,
we're going to take a break here. Then we'll come back and we'll meet Emma Schoth, who's a freshman at ISU. She has started a business called Drake's Toys. It's not exactly what you think. We'll tell you about that when we come back. 118 at WJBC. 120 at WJBC. Mark Strauss on the Midday Show, right in the middle of our Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University segment. Karen Bissoni, the director, will join us in just a minute, but let's bring in Emma Schoth, freshman at ISU, who started her own business with the help of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. It's called Drake's Toys. Emma, tell me about Drake's Toys.
Yeah, so Drake's Toys was a business that I started when I was a senior in high school. I was in a class called CEO. It stands for Creating Entrepreneurial Opportunities. It's an outside of the classroom class that meets every day before school in a local business, and part of the class was creating your own startup business and actually showing it at a trade show. So that's kind of where I got everything started. I began with the idea from my nephew, Drake. Drake was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old, and ever since then I really noticed that my sister and other family members really struggled with finding different things that were age-appropriate, fun, but also kind of like helped in his development as well. So my beginning idea was to actually start creating my own toys, but in high school I didn't really have the resources or the opportunities to where I could do that. So that's kind of where I moved to my next idea through my business model, which is currently a subscription box style company. So I am a subscription box style company that can send toys to children with special needs on a monthly, quarterly, or just like a one-time gifting basis. And some of the toys that are included are different like sensory-driven toys and other resources that the kids can use to kind of calm down and do other things that help them developmentally.
So you used your real-life experience with your nephew, right, Drake?
Yeah.
And not only did you name the company after him, but he was the inspiration for this. So, and you're only a freshman in college. What's the response now been since you've been able to really open the business in earnest?
I have seen a lot of positive feedback. I've been working with a couple local organizations here in the Bloomington Normal area. I've been working with Best Buddies, and I've also began to partner with a couple other organizations that help families that have children with special needs.
Do you have some regular clients yet?
Not quite yet. I'm still kind of waiting for my website to be completed. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of the month. But after that, once the website's up, I'll be able to start having regular clients.
That's
hopefully.
a really neat idea that you've come up with. And I imagine that it'll be very popular. I'm sure you're not the only one who does this, but it is a smaller, toy companies market toys for the mainstream toys, and this is something that's really needed. So kudos to you for coming up with the idea. All right, before we run out of time, let's bring in Shelby Moore, who's an intern and fellow who created the McLean County Business Portal. Now, this seems like a pretty big job for a college student. How did it wind up in your lap?
Yeah, I wanted to reach out the end of my junior year to the SBDC to see about a potential internship this past summer. I grew up in a family of small business owners, so I just have a lot of passion for what they do. And so I reached out to Karen and Caitlin, seeing if there was anything we could possibly do, create an internship, and they were like, yeah, we'll put up the application soon. And over the the couple months before the summer started, they reached out and they had mentioned that they had gotten this State Farm funded fellowship opportunity, and I would still need to apply, but they were interested in offering it to me. So we landed on that, determined that I would actually be a fellow this past summer instead of an intern, and we didn't quite know right away what I was going to do. But the business portal is something that had been talked about for quite a while. It was attempted 2 other times prior to me, and it was unable to get completed because it is such a big task. And so we determined that that was going to be my project, and I've been working on it since May of
What
last
is
year.
a business portal?
A business portal is a localized online platform that pretty much everything you need to know about starting, managing, or expanding a small business is put on one website. So that way you're not going back and forth looking through and shuffling through a bunch of different pages. It just makes it a lot easier, and it makes the whole startup process a lot simpler.
Is it something anybody can get online and see?
Absolutely. It's a public website.
Okay, so give me the website address.
We don't have it yet.
Okay.
It's going to go up sometime within the next couple of weeks. But we have not quite yet landed on the website.
Okay, and I guess I should ask Emma, what's the website for Drake's Toys? Do you have a website?
It's in the works currently. It
Okay.
should be done hopefully by the end of the month, and it will be drakestoys.com.
drakestoys.com. All right, we've got about a minute left for Karen Bissoni, who's the director of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. Now, see, Karen, if you bring 3 people in, it's like 3 segments, so I hardly have any time for you. What have you got for us this month?
That's okay, Mark. I'm really happy for our students from Illinois Wesleyan, Illinois State. Well, it's National Small Business Week, May 6th through May 10th, and we have a stellar lineup of seminars we're bringing to you. The first one is on Monday, May 6th, Starting a Business, sponsored by Busey Bank. On Tuesday, May 7th, Small Business Accounting, presented and sponsored by Insight CPAs. On May 8th, the new minimum wage law changes, and presented by Clifton Larson Allen and Mueller, Reese and Hinch, LLC. On Thursday, May 9th, we have Securing a business loan, presented by Scott Dixon and sponsored by Mueller, Reese and Hinch, LLC. And then on Friday of that week, May 10th, we have Finding and Hiring the Right Employees, presented and sponsored by Pride Staff. You can get all the event details on our website at mcleancosbdc.org, or you can find us at our Facebook handle at IWUSBDC.
All right, Chase, Emma, and Shelby, thanks for coming in and sharing your stories. Good luck to all of you as you move forward. And Karen, thanks again. Always appreciate your coming by.
And thank you, Mark. We appreciate it.